Hello, everybody, and welcome back. I hope you've all had a good Easter. And if you've been anything like me, you've been dreaming about all those skydives that you're going to do or want to do. Yeah. Okay, so this episode is for all of you out there that show up to the drop zone. You're fairly new to the sport and you wonder why there are all these adults in these funny looking suits holding hands while others are standing around with wet, dirty shoes. You've just passed AFF, so you feel somewhat as a part of the crew, but do you really know anybody? No, not yet. I mean, you see your instructors, they're running around, they're busy, so you go to manifest, you manifest yourself for a solo. Now, solos are fun, but it's even more fun to see someone else in the sky. So here at Skydive Pretoria, we aim to have coaches and load organizers on standby every weekend. Simply talk to your manifest and we will get you on some fun skydives. Obviously, there's a lot to learn as you approach your ISPs, but you don't really know what's all out there. Now, there are many different ways for one to enjoy jumping out of airplanes. So we have a lot of different disciplines for you to choose from. So, first up, formation skydiving. FS, or some people like to call it RW work. In the beginning, you will learn how to fly your body belly to earth. Your coaches will teach you how to fly with your booties, take docks, and start with two ways, and then progress to bigger formations, with the growing importance for tracking. Tracking saves lives. Yeah. Okay, so international competitions that take place, they have formation four-way female, eight-way, and also vertical formation skydiving, which would be called VFS. Second up would be the artistic events, which are commonly known as free fly. You will start with sit flying, and you will learn the recovery position. We suggest you use a coach to make sure that you're not backsliding, and not learning any bad habits. They're very, very difficult to break. Sit flying or head up flying is relatively easy to learn, but difficult to get really good at. And as you progress in free flying, you're probably going to want to learn how to fly in your head. It's a little bit more difficult to learn initially, but the opposite of sit flying is it's actually quite easy to get good at once you understand what it's all about. When we consider international events, the artistic event, which includes two-way free fly and freestyle, which are quite fun because you get to make up your own routine and you get to try and do that routine over and over. It's great for learning. If you're going to learn how to free fly, that's where I would go. I would do the two-way just to make sure that you guys are getting a lot better, a lot faster. And if you're doing solo sit flying, yeah, you're going to learn stuff, but you're not going to get as good as if you have somebody else to jump with. Somebody that's got the same similar jump numbers or same experience. You guys pair up and do a lot of jumps with that person. It's going to help you out a lot. Next up, canopy formation. In the early 1980s, some skydivers began flying the new generation parachutes in formation. Crazy, I know. And then they started docking each other. This was called canopy relative work, which is then shortened to CRW, but now it's pronounced crew. And it's a lot of fun. Yeah? And a big shout out to all those crew dogs. You guys are crazy. So internationally, there are 3 different events in canopy formation. There is the 4-way rotations, 4-way sequential, and 2-way sequential. Now, the oldest discipline in skydiving would be freefall, style, and accuracy. In the beginning, they did accuracy with round parachutes, trying to land with one heel on a small disc as accurately as possible. My mom used to compete in classic accuracy around the world, and she did over 1,000 jumps on rounds, and it's probably the reason why I'm so short today. Yeah, sorry, Mom. Nowadays, the canopies for accuracy are nice and big and square and easy to control. I mean, it's pretty easy. You can even go backwards on those parachutes, yeah, if you know what you're doing. It might look a little bit boring to you guys, but have you guys ever thought about landing in the same spot every single time within centimeters. It's not that easy. All right, internationally, they compete in men, women, team event, and also juniors. So there's a lot of people that do accuracy. Now, canopy piloting. Canopy piloting is a high-speed discipline involving small and agile parachutes, which are flown by highly trained pilots that usually have around about 1,000 jumps before they start doing this. Yeah. Their competitions are held over a body of water for safety reasons, and this can be watched from just a few meters away from the entry gates. I mean, the speeds that these guys start their swoops or enter the entry gates is insane. Yeah. The athletes accelerate their parachutes by using one or more steep turns to create as much speed as possible before they plane out over the surface of the water and to enter the course. There are now 3 disciplines which define the champion of canopy piloting. That would be accuracy, speed, and distance. In the last few years, we've seen a massive resurge of interest into freestyle, which is a discipline that shows the artistic elements of swooping. I mean, these guys are crazy. They let go of their controls. I mean, they even put themselves in the line twist. Mental. And we did hold the World Cup in canopy piloting last year, which was a huge success. The competitors that came here set many personal bests and world records. Okay, so the last one is wingsuiting. I mean, you fly a big suit, which allows you to slower your descent and fly further before you open up your parachute. It's the suit that everybody wants to fly, transforming your body into a wing. I sound like an advertisement, I know. But yeah, wingsuiting is that cool. There are several requirements you have to meet before you can start wingsuiting. Yeah, and that was something we'll chat about a little bit later. Internationally, they compete in wingsuit performance flying, which they have a time task, a distance task, and a speed task. It all gets measured with a GPS. Yeah, and then there is wingsuiting aerobatics. The competition is centered around a 2-way team with a camera flyer, which includes both compulsory moves and free rounds. And it doesn't matter which discipline you do, some things apply to all the disciplines. And that would be safe separation before deployment. And this is usually done by tracking. Once again, tracking saves lives. I don't know how many times I can say that. Open your parachute. Now you need to fly to your respective holding area. I'll discuss that in a different episode. All right. So that's my spiel for the day. I hope everybody has enjoyed as much as I have, and I look forward to chatting to you guys next time. Have a wonderful day. Cheers.